Hello, you lovely ninjas. Today we have Green Rabbit in the house, and they're an interesting algae chain project. And I believe we'll let them describe all their stuff, but I just wanted to put it out there to the community that at any time during the AMA, you can DM our anonymous question bot. Towards the end of the AMA, we will have a community question period. You can type questions in the chat at any time during the AMA. And so, yeah, on that note, the manager from Green Rabbit, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having us on the Ninja Lounge. I've been around your lounge for quite a while, so it's nice to always come over and talk in the VC.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and we appreciate you being here. So, let's start off with the basic regular stuff. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience in crypto, your relation to the team, and then give us a quick rundown on your project, and then we'll get into some questions.
Sure. So, guys, I'm the manager. I have the name the manager because I am a business unit manager in IT here in Norway, but also I I'm a manager of the Scandinavian Crypto Pub Talk private community here on Telegram for Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish investors. So in terms of crypto, I have a long track record. I started off in the crypto space back in 2017. Actually, I think it started off with me paying off some services on IPTV. As I said, I kind of began to explore the Telegram then, and started off my community a little later in the spring 2018, after the great bull run in the autumn before, the quarter four 2017. I've also got my own call channel called the Manager Calls, doing projects there for Albichain, BSC, and ETH. Also been a founder of a couple of BSC projects before, and also doing some strategic advisory work for core teams in crypto projects, because I have a degree in innovation and strategy and team management. So I'm the creator in many terms. I'm not the core dev or deployer of contracts.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's me.
Right.
And on the team, I have Tom Briel. He's not fully doxed, but he has quite a track record also in the space. Share my screen here. He's done a lot of previous projects, both with me and others. He got a huge success in the last bull cycle with Baby Bake. That went to 6 million market cap in less than 24 hours. And he started off the crypto space back in 2020. I'm kind of a fan of gaming projects. Those play-to-earn projects which build for a year or two or more. So there I found CVI. He's the community manager here in Green Rabbit. He works in the oil and gas industry for fiat. But he went into crypto DeFi in 2018. He started off with a call group, finding legit projects for his community, and then he's been a mod here and there, and then he started in the Moon Nation game, which I found him because I was one of the first and biggest holders there for a very long time. So he's been an admin there for 2 years. He's also worked on expanding social media into Discord server, and like you see here, he's got 15 years of experience in stock market exchanges. And David, he's my social media guy. He has 10 years in in sales and direct sales to the business markets and companies. He also got in crypto space back in 2019. And he's been on working for several projects, also big ones like Axie, Infinity, and Pitbull Token, FEG, SafeMoon, Squidworld, Onyx, and I found him in Katana Inu, which also is a very interesting gaming project launching their game later this year. So he knows a lot about graphic designs, video editing, and gaming. Nice skills to have also in this project. And he also takes very much care of the community and customer service. If anyone has any questions, he do that with professionalism and patience. So that's the core team.
Question for you. What does partially doxed mean?
Partially doxed.
Yeah, I think in the team section, the first one there, if you scroll up a bit, Mike says he's partially doxed. I'm not too concerned about it. I just find it an interesting phrase.
You said Mike. There's no Mike.
Oh, not Mike. Sorry. Hold on. Let me find it here. Team. Where'd it go? Maybe I just misheard you, but I swear I read partially doc somewhere. But it's not a big deal. The other partner who worked in FEG and in SafeMoon and these other larger projects, what were their role there? Was it a marketing position? I mean, there's social media management for FEG and SafeMoon and Squidworld. Sorry.
They worked not as a core team, but CVI is now core team in Moon Nation game, but David is not core team in those projects. They have been mods, ambassadors, and admins.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. So
it was Tom, developer lead, says Tom is not fully docked. So I was just, is interesting because he's got kind of his face up there. So, but no big deal. From the
TV series, the Spanish one, can't remember the name now, was very popular last year.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you guys have all been in the space a long time. I mean, I've seen you around quite a bit, even though you're traveling in the northern European circles in crypto. Yet I've still seen you a ton. I know you've been in the space a long time, and that's comforting for people. So that's cool. Why don't you tell us about Green Rabbit and what its conception, I mean, you've got some zodiac stuff going on there and Year of the Rabbit and all that kind of stuff. So why don't you break that down a little bit for us? And then we can start to talk a little bit about Alvi Chain, why you chose Alvi Chain, and we can move on from there.
Yeah, about Green Rabbit, you guys saw the logo. So it's all about now rabbits everywhere. I started off thinking about this in October because I wanted to look into doing something concept originating from the Chinese zodiac, because that's a system of assigning a specific animal for each year in repeating 12-year cycle. And this year, guys, it's the rabbit, and it's the Chinese year 4,720. So they count in a different way than we do. And this is also why we had a total supply of 4,720,000. And according to the Chinese zodiac, the year of the rabbit is believed to be a time of prosperity, tranquility, and good fortune. And that was my idea also for the logo, that you have a rabbit, it's green. You have the green circle. I came up with that because we are now heading into a new bull cycle. So I was thinking, okay, we're getting into the green market. Why not make a rabbit that jumps into that circle, because that will run for, like, in my opinion, 3 to 4 years now, slowly and steady before the really blow off in the bull market.
I love your positivity.
Yeah, that will happen. I'm not afraid of that. and
Right.
but also jumping into the circle kind of explores the metaverse that Alvichain has built. So the rabbit will jump into the metaverse as well, not just Green Circle. And yeah, we wanted to launch on Alvichain because we also found inspiration in a Japanese folktale called The Rabbit's Wish. That's about a rabbit who is granted a wish by a god in return for saving the god's life. And he wants to use his wish and ask for the ability to speak, and is able to communicate with other animals in the forest where we find elves. So the team of Green Rabbit wishes also to honor Now, the founder of Alvichain, because we think of him as intelligent, compassionate, and very hardworking. I think I've never seen that devs working so hard. And just like people born in the year of the rabbit are thought to be, he's like that. So we see.
Yeah, you've got lots of fun symbolism in here. I mean, the symbolism from the Chinese zodiac, and then working with Alvichain with the some Japanese mythology and that. It's a fun meta, I think, and I think it fits in with, you've got potential to really work with that meta. You might have, I assume that at some point, I mean, you guys have lots going on right now, so it's not today, but at some point, you're probably going to want to point pretty hard marketing towards China and towards Japan for just that absolute hype potential, hey?
Absolutely. And Alvichain has a community with over 7,000 Chinese people. So, of course, we're going to do a run there, and we're going to also translate everything you see on the webpage into Chinese at the beginning. Let's see if we also do it in Korean and Japanese later. So,
right.
Sure,
Yeah,
man.
no, that's cool. So you guys recently have done your sale on Gempad, and you've done really well. I mean, I'm seeing 14,353 out of a 15,000 BUSD raise. And
we'll fill the rest as well afterwards. So we have filled 15,000.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the contributors against the amount of members in your group and the reach that you have through Alvichain, I mean, it feels like you're in a really good position to have a very nice launch. So on that note, Alvichain, when is the deployment for that expected to go live? Like, is that already running or?
Well, the thing is that we did the private sale on Gempad last week because we wanted to have a dummy token and get funds from the BC side as well in BUSD. Because we really want to have people over from that side also into Alvichain, of course. And the plan was now to do the private kind of yesterday and kick it off. But Alvichain is doing a big maintenance on the chain itself. So we are not able to deploy it quite yet, but I hope later tonight or early morning tomorrow that we can put up our real contract on the elves debts, which is the term of where you buy ALV and our token grab. Just like PancakeSwap and Uniswap, it's LDEX on this chain.
Yeah, I've been there in the last day or so, just poking around. Very cool. So you guys have you have some KYC and some audit stuff going on. You've had some testnet happening. Maybe you can give us a little bit of detail on that, and then we can move on to talk about what it is your token does. I know you have some associations with companies like BitValley and Affinity. You've got some gaming features you plan to integrate. I've got more, but we'll go from there.
Sure.
Yeah, testnet, audit, KYC, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in terms of KYC, there's a bunch of shit verifications all over the space. And yeah, I guess you know as well that Pincel and others, their KYC stuff isn't good enough. And they also kind of put people's faces out when it doesn't go the way they should be and stuff, and also accidentally do stuff. So we have partnered up with a GemPad partner called Azure DeFi, which is
Okay.
the most safest KYC out there. And when I did it, I had to verify all my accounts on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, all over shit, email, telephone, video, interview, a lot of stuff. Also
I've
my
been
driver's
through
license.
I've been through Assure KYC myself, and yeah, it's a good platform.
Yeah,
Right
and
on.
they also keep their information tight because we are in the EU, and there we have general data protection regulations. So
Just don't pay for the tweet.
I did not.
Okay, good. Right on. The audit. Who's doing
Yeah.
that?
Also, GemPad partner called Infocognitos.
Okay.
They also did audits now for GemPad. So they told me go for those one or Solid Proof or someone, but Infocognitos is very good, they said. So we're going with them.
All right. I mean, you know, as long as they're a good, reputable company. I'm not personally familiar with them, but as you know, there's 1,000 that come and go. I mean, I once helped a person get an audit for Solidity Finance for $50, so that tells you how long I've been here.
Yeah.
But all right. So let's, you know, Alvi Chain, you mentioned the metaverse and you've mentioned some games. So maybe let's get into Bit Valley and Affinity. Give people basically a description of what they are and how you guys are able to work together. Because I think that some of the little fun gaming aspects are a big part of what you guys are doing, if I'm correct.
We're not building a game.
But you do have egg hunts and so on in the metaverse, which is kind of gamified.
Yeah. We are, of course, very into using the Alvi chain, and the plan is to use their metaverse. And since we are kind of a rabbit token, you see that we have a concept of a treasure hunt in the Alvi chain metaverse that should be a fun activity for a number of reasons. First, it can be engaging, of course, an immersive experience as investors explore virtual environments and search for clues and items. Additionally, the element of competition and the excitement of potentially finding a prize can also add to the enjoyment of the activity. And
Yeah, and again with the symbolism, right? You've got symbolism now in 3 different cultures that do crypto.
Exactly,
right?
And we are going to incorporate Easter eggs as part of a treasure hunt in the Alvi chain metaverse. That's on the roadmap for this Easter. So now the CEO of Alvi chain, of course, and his metaverse dev will kind of put in a rabbit, Easter rabbit that puts out eggs, and then you will have leads, hints, prizes, and also a special prize, grand prize. The biggest Easter egg will have a nice prize. I'm not going to disclose that, but that would be cool. So those hidden clues and items are for our investors to find in order to progress in the hunt for the big prize and the other prizes as well. Okay. And yeah, I think that will.
I have to apologize. I have to apologize for my last question. I've got multiple notes in front of me, and the Bit Valley and Affinity was an error on my part. So I genuinely apologize for that. It's not like me to get off of the page like that. So yeah, my apologies. I know he's like, what are you talking about? And I look down and I'm like, what am I talking about? I actually, funnily enough, I put all of your notes in green pen.
Okay. No problem.
Right. All right. So you guys
Alvi chain has minted like 1,000 tokens, no tokens. I mean NFTs. Each of those NFTs are kind of elves, which will be avatars also in the metaverse, and they can be bought on OpenSea. If you don't have NFT, you will connect your wallet and have the standard avatar, of course, looking for those eggs.
Okay. And so like you're kind of you're going to be kind of dropping little hints as to locations and things like that, and people can kind of work together,
Yeah.
and kind of team up to find things and get little prizes and
Well,
things like that.
they can, of course, but this is a solo run. You want your prizes
Yeah,
for yourself.
yeah.
And
Right on.
the metaverse is kind of dark. It's woods. There are castles there, rooms to go in and out of. So it's going to be a cool thing, I guess.
Yeah. And you guys are really, really early on this chain. Between
Yeah.
the fact that you've got, I mean, your sale filled up nicely in this market. There's no question. I mean, a couple $100 off the mark is nothing. Your user count is still low. You're getting out here and you're getting some attention on it, and you're going to be pairing liquidity on a newer chain. Which, if that chain takes off heavily, the market cap can rise simply because that's what you've been paired with. So,
Exactly.
I see a ton of potential for growth here. We're very memey around here, though. Do we have and nothing against that. Community coins are a ton of fun. Do you have plans in the future for solid utilities that come with this, or is this a pure meme play, and it's going to be a lot of promoters and Weibo and Chinese advertising and these kind of things?
Well, it's going to be all of that, and even more, because we're also going to implement staking for our Grab token. We're going to have farming as well coming up. So that's our first moves becoming real before we head to the Metaverse Treasury. But as you see, I have the domain greenrabbit.app. I also have the domain greenrabbit.info. So in terms that we have the app domain, there might be things coming in later on our roadmap, yes.
Okay.
But our focus is not to develop solo runs, because I'm all for open innovation and open collaboration, which means that I want to seek to other communities, other projects on Alvi Chain, and also partners off Alvi Chain and our own partners to kind of go into and sync and do innovations together. Because I don't think it's necessary to do another launchpad or another exchange or whatever. There's tons of it.
Yep. Absolutely. Can you take us a bit through your staking then? You were talking about staking. Maybe just give us a bit of the breakdown, what the rewards and APYs look like, where it'll be hosted and staked. Is it your contracts, or is it through Alvi or another farming company?
That is not set just yet, because
Okay.
now is developing his own shit. And you have also Gempad coming up with staking, and they are supported by Alvi Chain. You have AckleSwap and a lot of other projects also on Alvi Chain called the Alstex also might support that. So that will be decided when we have launched and everything. We have set aside 20% of our tokens for farming and staking. Yeah.
That was my next question. Thank you. Right on. Okay. And do you have, maybe we should touch on your tokenomics a little bit. Do you have anything, and to add to that, do you have anything in those tokenomics that help support that staking system, or do you envision that staking system being filled by other revenue generation means?
In terms of our tax, we're going to have 5% on buy and sell, and that is split down into 1% for LP and 2% for marketing, and we have 2% also for the staking and farming pools. Yeah.
Okay. So how in your tokenomics or in your systems does the team get paid? Have you guys broken out team tokens? And if so, is it do they have a vesting schedule? What percentages are they and all that good stuff?
We have allocated 6%. We are now 4 people in the core team, so each one get 1%. It's going to be vested 3 months and then release 10% each week after that. So nobody fucks it up or runs away with everything at once.
And they're incentivized to work. That's a fair number, I think, especially if it's vested and it's done. If their ability to sell down is done at a staggered rate, and they're incentivized to work, and if things are going well, they're going to want to hold that bag anyway. So that's a good answer. Okay, carry on.
Correct. And 1% is for a possible future team member, and maybe a COO or a CMO. Chief Operations Officer or a Chief Marketing Officer. We'll see into that later. Not needed right now. And also 1% is kind of split into all the admins and mods if they are still there and working hard after 3 months with the same vesting schedule, of course.
All right. So yeah, I see you guys got a TikTok channel going on. You've got your social started up here. The Medium has started up as well. You've got some little, how to load an RPC and join Alvi chain stuff, which I think is valuable for you guys. And you have, it seems, it's not here, but it seems like you really have steep support from Alvi chain. And I think that's probably a huge asset to you. I mean, not just joining the chain, but it seems like he gets behind you. As I understand it, you've got a major AMA coming this week. I won't name names because, we're here. And you're going to have the developer of Noir from Alvi Chain joining you. Is that correct?
Yes, he will have to do that. So I talked to him when I had the ideas and also asked him, are you in Alvi Chain? Are you there that the metaverse and everything connecting your wallet and also your NFTs, will that be ready before April? And he had said to me, yeah, in 1 to 2 months, everything is set. Okay, then we're good, I said. And then we had some ideas back and forth and they will be responsible for that, of course.
You're aiming hard for April because of Easter, right? And the metaverse.
Yeah, Easter evening this year will be. It's on the 8th of April.
Okay. There you go. All right.
And then is when we do the Easter egg treasure hunt. Of course, it's always on Easter Eve.
Very cool. All right. So, I see growth potential just in the fact that when your sale filled, your numbers, in your group, you guys are kind of in startup mode. You don't have a bunch of bots everywhere. You're not doing all the crappy call stuff. It seems like you're trying to invest. No, it's serious though. I mean, it seems like you're trying to invite people who actually, are long-term and care about these things. A good strong utility to back it up here in the long run would be cool, but I can see how you've got a lot of really cool symbolism and it crosses 3 cultures. And I think that's really, really powerful. So what about your systems have I not gone over or gotten the question wrong on? I feel so shameful now. What else do you want to add to what it is you're doing in the future? Like, what am I excited about? What am I here for the long term for?
Well, I think that you will see later on that we're going to have the influencer push in terms of combining influencers and memes.
Leak alpha, sir. I said leak alpha, sir.
Yeah. We're going to be very much community driven with push and meme contests Now when we've launched, we're going to do meme contests all over Twitter, Telegram. We're going to have people doing stickers and all kinds of stuff for us and get paid for, of course, doing that in terms when they win. And we're going to have partnerships with social media influencers. After we've done farming pools and staking, we're going to look into more DEX listings, more partnership announcements. We're going to collaborate with meme creators and artists out there because we also are looking into having a landing page or some kind of show reel where we can kind of show every meme that's been made. That can also later on be start of maybe some collaboration with NFT creators and NFT platforms as well, marketplaces. So we're going to look into that, and more exchange listing coming up. Also, new website will come later. I heard now today from Now that he has filled all the forms for CMC and CoinGecko, so they support the Alvi chain. We of course want to be one of the first movers in being listed on the Alvi chain on those platforms and have trending services. And we're also going to look into multi-chain bridging or launching on other chains later. So a lot of stuff to hold on to this token for, not just to Ether, but it's not a 2023 token actually, because Green Rabbit will stay alive as long as we have a green market, and hopefully that is 3 to 4 years ahead.
Right on. So you guys have planned in your tokenomics and everything for the potential of DEX listings. You have enough supply aside, and it'll be all locked, invested, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we put aside 10% for those things.
10%. Okay.
That should be enough.
Yeah, so you have 10% aside for the potential future DEX listings. You have 20% aside for future staking. You have 6% aside for team. How much are you pairing to liquidity, and what percentage of your raise will pair with it?
It's not really set just yet, but I think we want to have 60% for the LP, and yeah.
So roughly 60% of the 15,000, or were there other raises previously?
No, we're going to have a raise now in the hype launch.
Okay.
Of course, that will be only 50 spots. So
okay.
no hard cap on funds, but it's a hard cap on investors or wallets, because one investor can buy with 2 wallets, of course. So 50 wallets only. They can buy everything from like 250 BUSD worth in ALV up to from 25 BUSD up to 500 BUSD, but it's in ALV. So people need to buy Valve with a double view in BSC or ETH, and then they have to bridge them into the Alvi chain as native Alv coins, and then they connect to the Gempad site when it's up, and our sale is live.
Do you have a write-up handy of that you could post in the chat so we can see it clearly? It's a little bit. So you've got 50 spots max, and you've got a minimum contribution of 25 BUSD and a max contribution of 500 BUSD, but people have to purchase the native token and bridge it over to Alvi. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Just trying to make sure I understand. But yeah, if you have any write-up of that, so it's real clear for people.
Yeah,
right on.
It's all on our Medium. So.
Oh, okay. There it is. Good. Thank you. Excellent. All right. As I say, as a first mover on a new chain, you've got great symbolism. You've got good hype points. You've got some interactive stuff already planned with the metaverse. It seems like you're really well connected. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I know you've been in the space a long time because I've seen you many times. Even though I think you travel in slightly different circles than I do, I still recognize your existence, and that's,
Yeah, I
so
think I used $500 in raising 15K.
nice work. Nice work.
That was doing my homepage with someone on Fiverr, and also some guy doing our promo video from Fiverr. So good work right there, and cheap, of course. I could not use Norwegians; they are a lot more expensive.
Right on. So if anybody has any community questions, feel free to raise your hand. You can always DM the anonymous question bot, or you can type into the chat. In the meantime, I feel like we've touched on the key elements of your project. I would like to see a real clear breakdown of the tokenomics here. But I mean, overall, you've got your team wallets vested. It seems like you're doing a fair liquidity pairing. You're one of the first movers on a new chain, and you have the support of that chain. So, I definitely see potential here. I think people are interested. So I hope you guys do awesome. We do have a question
I have
here.
to do that. I have to do that. I'm one of also the first people into Alvi chain, and one of the biggest holders. So there's I was one of the only two communities who had AMA with them before their fair launch back in August.
Okay, right on. So you've been out on the ground floor, and you've had lots of time to plot and plan. That's good. So question, and this is a great question. Influencers, how are they getting paid? Are they coming right from a stable, from funds? Are they coming from tax pay, or are they going to be paid in tokens?
Good question. And the answer to that is we did the private sale for that purpose, to pay guys like you. We have to pay you as well for doing this AMA. That comes from BUSD, because we didn't want to use those raised elves to kind of sell on the market and get a little crash, not a big crash, but a little dip. We didn't want that. And I don't know any influencers that wants to get paid in ALV anyways. They want to get paid in ETH or BUSD or BNB.
Yeah, it's these are the questions that us long-term crypto people with PTSD have when their favorite influencer dumps all over them because they were paid in the token of the project, right? It's just a standard fear. Right on.
But we're gonna use our tokens, which we have set aside a little bit to use for AMA prizes and meme contests. We're going to use it for contests on Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, chiller contest, making us stickers and all that kind of stuff. But they are small prizes, and every time we do you're one out of three to win $20 in our tokens. It's not like somebody will win $5,000 in grab tokens, or an influencer will get paid $10,000 in grab tokens. That will not happen.
Excellent. All right. Well, it seems like you've answered all of the questions that I had at a sufficient level. There's nothing that jumps out as me as being scary. And like I say, I think that your timing in the market is good. Your raise was, that's tough to do in this space. Anybody who's working in the space recognizes what it takes to fill that raise. And then being able to pair as a first mover on a new chain, if it's successful, you guys will go ballistic. So is there anything that you want to add to this that you feel that we've missed? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think we have a cool ticker as well. We can do a lot of fun with the grab name.
Yeah. like I said, the symbolism is strong, and it crosses cultures, and I think that's a huge benefit to you. So your branding here, I'm a fan of your branding, I really am, and especially for, a project that's kind of, it's memey, right? It's fun, and you need that branding, you need that symbolism in order to make it go. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, the chain itself is not ready just yet to build very advanced stuff. So, but in order to gain interest, and also, like you mentioned earlier, we are paired against Alv, and Alv is growing and will grow sustainably. So this is like when I bought B&B back in November 2017. I had 10,000 B&B. It wasn't worth shit. It wasn't worth shit. And Pancake came like nearly 3 years after. And then, of course, SafeMoon and everything jumped off. I think it can happen the same thing here with Alvi Chain. And then becoming one of the tokens paired to Alv on a very early stage. Yeah, we don't need a lot of volume, buy and sell, actually, to grow our market cap insanely when Alv goes up.
I absolutely agree. I mean, we saw it happen where when BNB started going ballistic, projects that had very little volume were still growing massive market caps, and it gave the teams the ability to say, "Hey, look, we're here, we're okay. Let's moon this thing." So being that early, I mean, imagine if you paired your project with BNB when it first came out, where you'd be sitting even today with zero volume. You'd still be in a good place. So, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, and that's what people listening in now needs to think about. You don't have to put in all your efforts or all your kind of private funding into this. It can really grow just based on you guys putting in $50 or so. This is extremely new in crypto with the Alvi chain and all their planning. In terms of some updates, I think they're only days away also from really signing off the deal with JP Morgan and their VR exchange, which will disrupt also the way we look at exchanges. And you can put on your HoloLenses.
They're in talks with JP Morgan?
Not just talks. They are going to sign the deal with them on the VR exchange.
Damn. Did they get rid of the CEO who said Bitcoin was a scam 4 years ago? That's my own bias, don't worry. Right on. So, let's hear your hype, brother. Let's hear your passion. Give us the call to action. Tell us what's next. What are we doing? Where's everybody got to go? What do we got to do?
Well, I'm not the greatest hype man out there, but I'm
trying to build you up, man.
Sure, guys. I think we're gonna have some interesting weeks ahead of us. We're gonna do the AMA tomorrow. Also, now we'll join there, and that's a good hype itself for upcoming hype launch on Gempad with only 50 spots available or wallets to buy in on. We are building a community now. We will do very much based on AI marketing the next week, just to get more interest and people into our Telegram. And also, I'm going to use my network now for 5-6 years also to bring in some bigger guns, not just on Telegram, but also Twitter, on YouTube and stuff. We'll do more videos, more contests, and we have a cool name. We have, like you said, broken down the cultures here and there. Our name is very popular. I've seen rabbit tokens on BC go from 1K to 4 million. So yeah, I'm very excited, and we have a cool ticker name as well. So, and not at the least, we have some really safe and good ground floor holders, because a lot of those 15K raised in private are are common people to me.
Okay, so you got a lot of friends there who are going to support you and not just take their first 2x and hit the road.
Then I would kill them.
You did it like I did, where you collected all their ad handles, didn't you? So you
Yeah,
could DM them later and chew on them a bit. Right on. All right.
correct.
Well, well, I really appreciate your time here today. I wish you guys all the best, and please, you know, this is not a lounge that is one and done. Give us your updates, keep us informed. We want to watch you grow. We want to be kept in the loop. So you have free range to share your info as time progresses, and hopefully at some point you'll come back and give us an update.
Absolutely. I'm going to share the news on the poster for Hyperlaunch as soon as I get it. Hopefully late tonight or by tomorrow. It's all set, so people can then be excited and triggered to be ready to join. But it's very important, people, that you read up on how you buy the BC or ETH version of Alv, and then bridge it over, and also get your MetaMask ready with the network. Set up the network. Alvi Chain is not supported just yet with the Trust wallet on mobile, so you can't use that. But use MetaMask or use your laptop. You can have the Binance Chain add-on, or you can have the MetaMask add-on or other add-ons to set up the network.
Yeah, great. And don't be scared of the RPC guys. If you made it to BSC, you can make it over there. It's the same process, so you'll be okay. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, I've really enjoyed this. I hope you stick around. We do a little bit of giveaway stuff now, and we have a bit of a free-form chat afterwards here. So if you feel like we've covered everything that needs to be covered, I'll bring this to an end. But you're absolutely welcome to hang out and just shoot the breeze with us.
Sure. I see you also do duck race. I do that in my community as well, so that's fun.
Oh, it's on. That's next. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Today we've had Green Rabbit. They put on a wonderful presentation, and make sure you all join their community and show them your support. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.